Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be doing a very unique deck profile. It's a budget deck profile. Everyone knows Digimon Card Game is like a very expensive card game. Like all the foil cards could go up to 50 ringgit due to the shortage of supply. So it's nice to see a budget deck profile. So before I start, I need to let you guys know, like, this is not my deck. This is a deck of a player who won first place in my local tournament. So just keep in mind of that. So without further ado, let's start. So starting off with the Digitama, we run 4 Digimon and 1 Yokomon. So the reason why he run 4 Digimon is because Digimon is the Digitama with the easiest condition to achieve. Your opponent just need to have 5 cards in his graveyard. Yokomon, he say, is good for early game to try to get over the early game blockers, because this is a red rush deck, so having a blocker sort of slow you down a bit. So it's good to sort of pump up your Digimon when trying to get over the blocker. So he say he might change the ratio of the Digitama, so he might run more Yokomon. So you guys just adjust this according to your playstyle, because he say Digimon is more of a late game card. So this is all the Digitama. So moving on to the rookies. The rookies is pretty standard. So he runs the structure deck Agumon, because it's a simple card with ESS of just gaining 1000 attack. It's good to just get over blockers or other Digimons. And then he runs the vanilla 2 cost. The reason why he runs this is because this is sort of like a alternate win condition for the deck, where if you draw too much rookie, you sort of just switch your playstyle to a rookie rush playstyle. So it has like a diverse playstyle. You could switch it according to situation. And also he runs the BT02 Biomon. So this is a 3 cost Biomon. It's good if you run against the security and it dies, you gain 1 memory. If not, you sort of do, like, it's a win-win situation whether it dies or not. So if it doesn't die, then you have more few presents. So these are all the rookies that he runs. So total of 16. Because he say it's good, even if you draw too much rookie, it's a good thing, because you get to switch your strategy to a rookie rush strategy. So moving on, we're gonna go to the level 4s. Another thing unique about this deck is there's no foil or like really expensive card in the deck profile. Everything is either a rare or common, so it's very accessible. So moving on to the level 4s, is pretty standard. You have 4 blockers from the structure deck. Self-explanatory. It's a blocker. It's probably the only red blocker that's available now. And then you run 4 structure deck Gaia Red structure deck Greymon. This is one of the best level 4 in the game, and it's so surprising that it comes in the red structure deck. That's why the red structure deck is sold out everywhere, because everyone wants 4 copy of this. So the structure deck only gives 2. So this is the effect is pretty simple. The ESS effect is that whatever Digimon that evolves above him just get extra 1 security attack. So it's a very early game 2 security attack. Like, you could do 2 security attack by the time you evolve to level 5. Next, you have the vanilla Digimon is the Dark Tyrannomon. It's people put it because the evolution cost is only 1. So if your opponent is sort of trying to control your memory, like by giving you very low memory, you still could evolve it, because you minimum would have 1 memory, and you could evolve it and continue your attack, which is really good. And it's like a 1 cost draw a card. You just evolve above your rookie and you just draw a card. Pretty good. So moving on to the level 5, same concept as well as the Dark Tyranno, is the Lavo Garita. So people put this card for the reason of, you know, gaining having the advantage of low evolution cost, because this is a rush deck, so you sort of want to evolve your Digimon as fast as possible. So having just 2 cost evolution cost is pretty good, and the stats are not bad. It's 8k. And then he runs 4 Metal Tyrannomon. The reason why he runs 4 Metal Tyrannomon is because it's a 10k bit stick, so it's a level 5 that could easily get over level 6. Like a lot of level 6 out there is 10k or 11k. This card on top of a structure deck Greymon, you could like do really heavy damage on an early game. Like you could put pressure on your opponent. It's a very good like for a card for a rush deck, and it will always, not to say always, it has more chance of surviving the attack towards the security. And also when this is in the security, it acts as a pretty big wall. A lot of times my opponent attacking into the security, they always run into this. So your deck would have more ratio of cards above 10k, which is pretty good. So you sort of have like a defense. It's good for defense and offense. The only downside is that the 3 evolution cost could be quite expensive at times. So you just if you feel it's more expensive, you could just replace this with the Lavovo. Let's say you don't want to run 4 Metal Tyrannomon if you feel it's too expensive, the 3 cost evolution cost. You could consider running this. This is Ground Dramon. I see a lot of red deck profiles that run this. Because the good thing is that, let's say your hand is brick, you draw too much high level Digimon, like you draw all the high level 6 in your hand. This is a very cheap on play effect. It's only 5 cost. Usually level 5 would have 7 cost, and this is 5 cost to play. And also it has a low evolution cost, so it's very good to fix your sort of bricky hands. But the only downside is that his attack is a bit low. It's only 6000 DP. So the next level 5 that he plays is 3 Skull Greymon. Sorry, I only have 2. I'm still looking for another one, but he plays 3. So I'm just gonna proxy this. This is self-explanatory. If you know his effect, he destroys a blocker, which is when you summon down, he just destroy one blocker. Is essentially a +2 for you, because you establish a few presence at the same time you took out one blocker. So because this is a rush deck, having blockers sort of slow you down, so this is a good card to sort of counter it. So that's it for the level 5. We'll move on to the level 6. So the level 6, he runs 4 of these Ho-Omon or Phoenixmon or whatever you call it. So this is, at first I myself thought that, this is not a good card. I thought it's just a vanilla 12k, like I know other level 6 that is pretty good. But this is actually a very good card, because first of all, it's only 2 to evolve, so it's a very cheap evolution. And having 12k is actually pretty good, because if it's in the security, a lot of times wherever level 6, a lot of level 6 running into it will straight away die. And another thing is that 12, a lot of the other Digimon from the other colors, the level 6 Digimon, most of their attacks is 11k and below. So, and a lot of people don't run the cards that give it extra attack. So this is sort of a card that is hard for them to run over. So this is a good card, and when you attack security, you sort of survive it most of the time. Next is he runs 3 Voltdramon. This card is honestly an MVP. Okay, a lot of people only know him for being like a nuker, like he can nuke all the rookie monsters. But another good thing about him is he has an extra security attack with no condition. Like you no need to have more evolution source or anything. He just has a +1 security attack. So it put pressure on your opponent. And another thing is a lot of opponent doesn't realize he has that +1 security attack. So when you attack, they just okay, sure, and then you tell them, oh, that's 2 security attack. Oh, then they realize they forgot to block and they just swallow that 2 damage. So this is a pretty good card. The downside I would say is maybe the 10k. The 10k is pretty weak. Like Metal Tyranno would just get over it easily. And there's a lot of level 6 that is 11k. So he's not that strong defensively, but offensively he's pretty strong. And consider a lot of people are running Rookie Rush deck. This is like a Rookie Crush killer. You play one of these, you immediately like counter all their effort of summoning out so many rookies. So it's a pretty good card because in this game there's not much AoE effect yet, like AoE like just nuke everything on the board. So good card. He's an MVP. So now that's all for the level 6. We will move on to the option cards. So he only runs 3 Gaia Force. Personally, I would run 4, but he only runs 3. So Gaia Force is just Gaia Force. Everyone knows how good is Gaia Force. Another structure deck card. So this deck is really budget. A lot of cards you could acquire from buying 2 structure decks. So this just kills a monster without condition. Good card, good and simple. So this is a unique card that he plays. Sorry, I don't have 3 Brave Shield. So Brave Shield, everyone knows the effect is that you ready your Digimon and he has blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. So a lot of people thought of it as the defensive card, but it's actually pretty offensive because let's say your opponent gives you a lot of memory. If you attack twice with this, you attack once and then you play this, ready again, you can attack again. Pretty much you could do 4 security attack. So he's saying this is like a budget replacement for Omegamon. Like everyone know Omegamon now is pretty expensive. Like I think it's like $50 US. So this is like a budget replacement, but he's saying that if you have that Omega money, you're feeling a bit bougie, you could replace this with Omegamon. So you could take this out and replace it with Omegamon. So otherwise this is a good option. So anyway, that's it for my deck profile. I'm just gonna show you the ratio of the cards. So he runs 16 rookies and 5 Digitama. Sorry, I couldn't fit everything into the screen. So I'm just gonna show you the rookie and then the champions and everything. So 16, because it's a good starter card. Having more rookies is actually pretty good. You could rookie rush people. So these are the level 4s. He told me that this is the golden ratio. Like you could mess with the other ratio in the deck, but don't mess with this ratio. Like this amount of cards is good. Like and especially using all these 3 Digimon is good already. You can't run too far from anything else unless BTO3 has a better level 4. This is the level 5. He told me this ratio could still change and the cards that he put as level 5 could change. So keep in mind that when you guys are making a deck. So this is the level 6. He told me the ratio might change as well because a lot of times he draw too many Voltdramon and he might consider cutting one out of it. So just keep that in mind. So this is the option cards, only 6. He say it's better to have more Digimon than have option cards because you don't want to flood your hands with only option cards. So only 6. He doesn't run a Tamer because he told me like the Tamer is sort of, well, if you have one is good, but if you draw too much of them is bad. But if you only put one, the chances of you drawing it is so low. So he say you can consider putting 1 Taichi, the BTO1 Taichi, where it gives you extra security attack. It's also good for memory gain. So you could consider that. This as well, you could switch this with Omegamon if you have like Omegamon just lying around your collection. So that is all for my video. I hope you guys learned something from the video. Another thing I want to mention is he got first place in a 14 player event, so I'm not sure if there's more player, maybe his deck would not do so well. So just keep that in mind, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys like contents like this, do consider subscribing to my channel, and see you guys again.